Well, I think it's a very terrible and tragic reality that what we've got is a number of chickens coming home to roost simultaneously. We've got, on the one hand, a very small but very aggressive and some cases violent, destructive group who have clearly targeted certain areas. One of them, the migrant hotel, with attacks that we've all seen, and other areas in the community that involves the whole community, which obviously is very, very problematic and should not happen. I think if you step back a little bit and then look at some of the broader issues and what many people in Britain are concerned about, and I will say that I think for the most part, the majority of British people are absolutely decent people. We've shown that through the whole Brexit discussions that people were welcoming. We've got less racism here than comparatively across Europe, and it's very welcoming. So many people, though, are concerned about a number of issues. Obviously, the cost of living crisis, what's gone on during Brexit and not Brexit, then lockdowns, and a feeling that they're not heard and they're often despised and treated with disdain when they raise questions and concerns, whether that's about borders, whether that's about multiculturalism and the question of integration, whether that's about how the police treat some people differently and how the authorities and elected representatives often talk to people as though they're stupid and beyond the pale and use those terms. And then at the same time, there are people on either side of these situations that are stoking things up, and that is enormously problematic. And I certainly would call for everyone to get involved in proper dialogue openly together with fellow citizens, but dialogue needs to be able to be freely spoken. And so what we saw with Keir's announcement that there will be a clampdown on protests and as we've seen with speech, that is worrying, because people know when they say the far right, often what people mean is people challenging all sorts of questions, whether that's to do with ULEZ or LTNs or borders or integration. And so I would put a call out to everyone to talk to people, particularly we don't agree with, calmly, democratically, openly, but don't allow this narrative as well to be turned into everyone British who's white hates everyone who's British who's not white, because actually we've got many common ties, lots of integration has happened, but in the last few years that's been halted by all sorts of identitarian ideas and difficult questions.